Game of Thrones, season 7, at the finish line essentially. I'm ready. My itch to finish the show is bigger than it's ever been. So with that being said, season 7. Cold open. Watching the right episode? Because I should not see this person on my screen.
A toast.
Is this Arya as Walder Frey?
Gornish horse piss. This is the finest arbor gold. Proper wine. I'm not wasting good wine on a damn woman.
And she's saving the girl.
But you didn't slaughter every one of the Starks. No. That was your mistake.
The way his eye goes down, it looks so real.
When people ask you what happened here, tell them winter came for House Frey.
There's got to be a better way for him to get around.
I want every Northern Maester to scour their records for any mention of dragonglass. Dragonglass kills White Walkers. It's more valuable to us now than gold.
So does your
We need
sword.
to find it, we need to mine it, we need to make weapons from it.
Smart.
You expect me to put a spear in my granddaughter's hand?
I don't plan on knitting by the fire while men fight for me. I might be small, Lord Glover.
You are, my lady. No one is
And I don't
questioning.
need your permission to defend the North.
She's such a great character.
I'm not going to strip these families of their ancestral homes because of the crimes of a few reckless sons.
So there's no punishment for treason and no reward for loyalty?
This isn't the place. You guys should have figured this shit out before this meeting.
So we can't question your decisions anymore.
Of course you can, but
Joffrey never let anyone question his authority. You think he was a good king?
Come on. Come on.
Do you think I'm Joffrey?
You're as far from Joffrey as anyone I've ever met.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Walk that back.
Right now they're sailing across the narrow sea, hoping to take back her father's throne.
And they have dragons.
The one you love so much. The one you set free. The one who murdered our father and our firstborn son. Now he stands beside our enemies and gives them counsel.
What else? You left Tyrion no choice.
I think I listened to father for 40 years and learned nothing.
Don't switch scenes. Tell me what your plan is. She's got allies she intends to reach out to, but...
Ever since I was a little boy, I wanted to grow up and marry the most beautiful woman in the world. So here I am, with 1,000 ships and 2 good hands.
No way. Jamie, fuck him up.
The surest way to a woman's heart is with a gift. A priceless gift. I won't return to King's Landing until I have that for you.
I don't like how that sounds at all. That sounds like a Stark, and there's still a few of them out there. That's a rough gig. Shout out to nurses everywhere, especially nurses of elderly. I hope he doesn't get caught. This feels too easy. You need your invisibility cloak. Be so loud about it.
Hands of gold are always cold, but a woman's hands.
What a cool opportunity.
It's a pretty song. I've never heard it before.
Those were the only things I knew about this show. Ed Sheeran and a Starbucks coffee cup left on a table at some point
streets covered in shit and pigs
that I haven't seen yet, unless I already missed it.
There's a mountain. Looks like an arrowhead. The dead are marching past.
Do you believe me now, Clegane? Do you believe we're here for a reason?
When Aegon the Conqueror fought... I want to read those books.
It's a map of Dragonstone. The Targaryens built their first stronghold there.
That's dragonglass.
Did they...
A mountain of it.
Oh.
Beneath the ground. It is important. John needs to know.
Yeah, right now. Like, right this second.
Has she come yet?
Who? Jorah.
Dragon Queen.
Wow. That first question Jorah asked, he's been asking about Daenerys. Mentally, from the moment he met her.
Has she come yet?
Jon's gonna get the letter from Sam, and either he'll come here himself or he'll send someone. Obviously, I want him to come here himself, meet her, put your hand on one of your home's ground. That's a real human thing right there. I love her outfit too. I feel like it suits her really well. I'm pretty sure Emilia Clarke can pull off anything now. Time for you to plan the battles now.
Shall we begin?
That's very poetic. Shall we begin? Because she's at the table where Stannis is always planning his plan to take over the throne, and she's now at that table. Shall we begin to make her plans to take over? I enjoy an episode where I just get to spend time with characters I enjoy. It's time with characters like the Hound, who I've enjoyed in the moments I've gotten with him, and the only thing I've ever wanted was for him to just feel some more, to have like a higher morality, because that's the only part about him I haven't liked. Spend time with Jon and Sansa, and I'm enjoying that, even though I'm really worried about Sansa and what choices she'll make involving Baelish. It makes me nervous, him asking her, well, are you happy? And even though she's not giving in to any of his, like that last line she said, I'm sure you're gonna say something clever. Love that, but I still worry that I can't help but worry. Arya is hanging out with Ed Sheeran, and obviously like I'm gonna enjoy spending time with Ed Sheeran. This newfound just me now, my, like for a while it was always the Starks coming together and Daenerys finally making her way to King's Landing, but now off the top of my brain it's just Jon meeting Daenerys. Jon meeting Daenerys. Make it a thing. And if he does meet Daenerys, she wants to go straight for the throne. Jon's focus is on the dead. It's on the White Walkers. And rightfully so, although there's the whole he should listen to Sansa thing, and she really just wishes he would listen to her. Because Cersei's not going to let up. But, I mean, Jon, it's logical what he's saying. The White Walkers are a much bigger threat, and they're much closer. I mean, how can you really argue with that? But maybe because Sansa hasn't seen these White Walkers. You know, maybe she'd probably feel different if she did. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just potentially seeing all that and whatever else they spring on me in this wonderful show.
You turned against him.
That he did.
Robert was an improvement on your father, to be sure. There have been few rulers in history as cruel as the Mad King. Robert was neither mad nor cruel.
Just drunk.
All your spies, your little birds, did they tell you Viserys was cruel, stupid, and weak?
Huh.
This is quite advanced.
Oh, wow.
And beyond our skills, son.
Sam's not accepting it. It's like a huge crossbow.
If you kindly pull that lever.
Okay, but that's really close distance. You're gonna have to like aim it up. That's not as simple as they just made it seem. But it's a start though.
I've known a great many clever men. I've outlived them all. You know why?
Because you're savage. That's why.
You're a dragon. Be a dragon.
Just burn them all.
You leave tomorrow.
This is the love story I always forget about.
Were you going to say goodbye?
You're not dying today, Sir Jorah.
I love how useful Sam has been when we got introduced to him, and he was such a, like, they made him seem to be just such a waste of an existence. Fast forward all these seasons later, and he's just been so incredibly clutch. Now the other guy died doing this that Slughorn was talking about. The scalpel? No way. That is so... Oh my god, no. That is so fucked. Did they... Is that a fucking chicken pot pie that they transitioned to?
Bigger than Eggo.
That's fucked up.
Why would I go there? The Boltons have it.
No. The Boltons are dead.
Oh, is she finding out her family? That she has family?
Jon Snow came down from Castle Black with a Wilding army and won the Battle of the Bastards. He's king of the North now.
Thanks for the pie.
He just messed everything
Friends
up.
don't pay. Can't believe I thought you were a boy. You're pretty.
Daenerys has her own army, and she has dragon fire. I need to try and persuade her to fight with us.
I think she would if he's got to make more choices that upset everybody. This is his thing. This is how it's always been with him.
Me your king.
You're abandoning your people. You're abandoning your home.
Fuck, man.
I'm leaving both in good hands.
Whose?
Yours. You are my sister. Until I return, the North is yours.
Don't look at him. Stay away. Get out of the show.
Seems like you don't need a protector.
Oh.
Stay here.
Now, where is it coming from? Ships. Is it her uncle? It's her uncle. It's a big ship. There's another one down. She's by herself.
Kill us. Get it over with.
He's gonna bring her to Cersei because she killed Cersei's daughter, and that's gonna be the payment. Because Cersei is gonna torture the fuck out of her. I just know. No, Yara's a fucking badass.
Ah, come on, you cockless cowards.
He's gonna kill her.
I have her. Come and get her.
What the fuck was that? Everything that Theon went through, all the Reek stuff with Ramsay, everything with Robb, obviously, and the consequences of that, and then everything with Sansa. He had his redemption. He saved Sansa and came back home and accepted Yara as the person that should be the next Lord of the Iron Islands. But for it to all end here, the way it just did, where he just chickened out, which is like, yeah, that's Theon's thing. He chickens out. Like he tries to take charge of Winterfell and it burns the wrong bodies, like, because he's too chicken to, you know, the way it all like to admit that he couldn't find Brandon and Rickon at the time, or whether it was he couldn't. Yeah, I don't think he could find them. So he did what he did, and he just constantly like is kind of just the chicken. Like, is that what it is? I don't know. I don't fully like understand why he made that choice. I hope that Baelish has nothing to do with Jon's demise, but nothing can surprise me at this point. Baelish has pulled so many different strings that I would have never seen coming, and he's responsible for so much, right? Like, he killed Jon Arryn, right? He's pretty much responsible for Joffrey's death. Just a lot of shit, and there's just this guy that's kind of constantly in the background. I love the scenes in that dungeon with Cersei and that Balerion the Dread, such a cool looking skeleton of a dragon head, just scary even though we know it's dead. Just looking at it, it's kind of like going to a museum of history and seeing the dinosaur skeletons, and very much imagine, you know, what that was before it, you know, was a skeletal, what it was in its actual form when it was living. And just in my head, I'll just imagine just what its existence actually looked like. And that stuff to me is so cool. We're here already? Just like that?
Dwarf of Casterly Rock.
My faves. The smile of my faves.
We lost each other at the top of the wall.
How is Daenerys gonna be able to resist Jon's good looks when she meets him?
Please, this way.
It's like, are we safe here?
Dark men don't fare well when they travel south.
Yeah.
True.
What a long road to get
I'm
there.
not a Stark.
Now we're just showing off.
My lady.
I have to die in this strange country. Just like you.
He doesn't like that last part. He's like, what the fuck do you know? Okay, well, Varys is dying at some point.
Queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the unburnt, the breaker of chains.
This is Jon Snow. He's king in the north.
That's not the same introduction.
Jon Snow is king in the north, your grace. He's not a lord.
Forgive me.
Your Grace, this is Sir Davos Seaworth.
So I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee.
I don't think Jon has a problem doing that.
I am not.
Okay, yes he does.
Then why are you here?
Because I need your help, and you need mine.
Let's get to the point.
Did you see 3 dragons flying overhead when you arrived?
Yeah, need them.
I did. The White Walkers are real. The Night King is real. I've seen them.
I fought
They get past the wall, and we're squabbling amongst ourselves.
The world hadn't seen a dragon in centuries until my children were born.
The Dothraki hadn't crossed the sea.
They're in the same shot.
Any
Holy
sea.
fuck.
They did for me.
You'll be rolling over a graveyard if we don't defeat the Night King. I mean, no offense, Your Grace, but I don't know you. As far as I can tell, your claim to the throne rests entirely on your father's name. The Lords of the North place their trust in me to lead them, and I will continue to do so as well as I can.
He's not. What he's saying isn't crazy.
By declaring yourself king of the northernmost
You're an
kingdom,
enemy.
You are in open rebellion.
Oh, come on, guys.
I close my eyes. I can hear the sound of Oberyn's skull break. The sound of your scream. I never heard a sound like that. I thought that's true love. Now he's buried somewhere. And here's Sir Gregor stronger than ever. That must be difficult for you. I never got to have a mother. But Marcella did. She was mine. And you took her from me. Why did you do that?
Well, you literally just explained it. She fed her the poison through the kiss. And then took an antidote afterwards. Is I'm assuming what happened. I don't know. I think crushing her daughter's skull might also be maybe worse.
What are you doing? No one can see us like this.
I am the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I'll do as I please.
You're making it difficult. You look a lot better brooding than I do. You make me feel like I'm failing at brooding over Fairy.
That's how I feel all the
on
time
this island.
watching Jon.
You probably don't believe me.
Yeah, that's what he just thought. I wouldn't believe you.
I do, actually.
You didn't before. Grumpkins and Snarks, you called them. Do you remember?
That was a long time ago.
While you're our guest here, you might consider asking them what they think of the Mad King's daughter.
Understand her a little bit more.
She protects people from monsters.
Maybe you'll kneel.
Just as you do. That's why she came here.
And what do you think about this army of the dead and White Walkers?
It's too bad he didn't have an iPhone to take pictures.
Very much like to believe that Jon Snow is wrong. But a wise man once said that you should never believe a thing simply because you want to believe it.
Are you trying to present your own statements as ancient wisdom?
I feel like that's what he always does.
Do that.
I need another a follow-up.
Something to see.
The first one didn't go well. Let's try this again.
I named them for my brothers, Viserys and Rhaegar. I will allow you to mine the dragon glass and forge weapons from it. Any resources or men you need, I will provide for you.
Okay. Damn. Did she look back at him because he's gorgeous or because she believes him?
Don't fight in the north or the south. Fight every battle, everywhere, always. In your mind.
What kind of riddle is that?
Live that way, and nothing will surprise you.
I understand that.
Everything that happens will be something that you've seen before.
Lady Sansa, at the gate.
Arya. Oh, this works too. He's like, yo, what's up?
Sansa.
You're Lord of Winterfell now.
I can never be Lord of Winterfell. I can never be Lord of anything.
And the three-eyed raven.
He's the three-eyed raven.
The Lannister army is still the army my father built. Well-trained and well-provisioned. 10,000 men at least. They will see us coming.
Is this happening right now?
They will be ready.
This is happening right now.
Did we fight well?
As well as could be expected.
It was never our forte.
The truth is, Casterly Rock isn't worth much anymore.
They gave it up.
What it is to me. My fond childhood memories won't keep Cersei on the throne.
How will you do it? With that sword?
He got her some poison. See, Jamie's a merciful. Here you go. Have a drink. Enjoy your last moments. Oh, she said no hesitation. Get me the fuck out of this world. Wow.
I'd hate to die like your son.
Whoa, he doesn't know.
Foam and bile spilling from my mouth. Eyes blood red. Skin purple.
That was me.
Tell Cersei.
As she
I
dies.
wanted to know it was me.
As she dies here. Ilaria. I thought it'd be worse, I'll be honest. I thought it was going to be something I couldn't even look at. But they more so played the emotional parts of it, with Ilaria and her daughter staring at each other, pretty much accepting that her daughter was just poisoned and now she has to watch her rot, literally. Pretty effective, but I thought it'd be so much worse. And I'm assuming we're done with that. I assume we're just moving on. And then that makes me think about how Jaime is in this situation now with Cersei, where is he going to start looking at her differently? She's doing all these really aggressive, tyrannical things, but he still is. All it takes is for her to just start giving him all this affection physically, and he just forgets about all that. He's just really. It happens every time, you know. Every time it comes to her, him just being able to have her, he just completely just foregoes any thought in his head that's less than I worship this woman. He worships her with complete blinders to everything. And it, you grow to care more for Jaime as a viewer, for me anyway. But then you see that, and it's like, God damn it.
You're safe. I'm as safe as anyone can be now. You don't need me anymore.
No, I don't.
Straightforward.
Thank you.
I dragged you for 50,000 miles.
My brother died for you.
And that part.
Hodor and Summer died for you. You died in that cave.
There it is. There it is. She just said it. I'm glad that she said it. It gives more clarity to the audience. Man, all these reunions.
Do I have to call you Lady Stark now?
Yes. You shouldn't have run from the guards.
I didn't run. You knew better.
You came home.
It's so underwhelming.
I don't want it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, add it to your collection.
It's Valyrian steel.
It's wasted on a cripple.
I wanted you to see it before we start hacking it to bits.
So he found it.
Well, this is it. All we'll ever need. There is something else I want to show you, Your Grace.
When?
A very long time ago. They were here together. The children and the first men.
Doing what? Fighting each other?
They fought together against their common enemy.
Don't.
Despite their differences, despite their suspicions.
And you say you can't defeat them without my armies and my dragons?
You haven't seen them.
No, I don't think I can.
When you bend the knee.
Oh.
My people won't accept a southern ruler. Not after everything they've suffered.
They got High Garden, and
Isn't it?
things aren't so sweet. Are we gonna go to the Queen of the Ashes plan? Just burn them all?
Enough with the clever plan.
Is that what she's thinking?
I have 3 large dragons. I'm going to fly them to the Red Keep.
We've discussed this.
The people who follow you know that you made something impossible happen.
Just like him.
But if you use them to melt castles and burn cities, you're not different.
Talk her down, talk her
You're
off
just
the
more
ledge.
same.
Multiple people to talk her off the ledge.
Move aside, Podrick. You can't use that, my lady. It's too small.
I won't cut you.
She said, you should worry about me. This is not the same Arya. I mean, she fought blind. That's it right there.
I think she has a good heart. A good heart? I've noticed you staring at a good heart.
There's no time for that.
What? Those are just. If there ever was a noise that was made by a Dothraki, I would guess it's that. And is Jaime gonna die? They're not gonna win this battle. Wow, the way that that's a different level of fighting. Yeah, that's really cute. That's not gonna be enough. Bronn is like, what the fuck? It just bounced off of him. It bounced right off. Oh, is he gonna go after the gold? Worry about your life. Wow, everything's just on fire, man. That's crazy. This is not a battle you can win. And you have Dothraki coming at you too. It's not even just the fire. Is he sad because he's watching Lannisters die? Oh, because Jaime's out there. Duh. Oh. Now you know. Okay, now you know it's coming. Is that what she's gonna do? Retreat? No, look at her face. She said, "You almost killed my baby." Come on, you fucker. She went right at it. Daenerys, that was not the move. Can it survive that? Look at her face. There goes your weapon. You idiot. You fucking idiot. Jaime doesn't die. Tell me he doesn't die here. Tell me he does not die. Bronn saved him? I feel like this episode is one of the better episodes I've ever seen, and I love how it starts slow. And how, and again, excuse the hyperbole, but it just has so many aspects of, you earn it. You earn the moments with the Starks, with Bran, with Arya, with Sansa. You earn all of that because of everything you built from earlier on in the show. And these siblings haven't seen each other in so long. Then you get the moments of them seeing each other after so long, and then you also get the real sort of separation of what made Sansa and Arya different, and why, like, there was something awkward about them meeting there in front of Ned, but then, like, their connection is Ned, so they're able to really, really just let go of everything and connect through Ned. Like, we are alive. We remember what our father looks like. You know, we'll build a new statue one day. And then obviously you have the sort of eeriness of Bran not being who he is anymore, and it was really cool to see that explained through I forget that girl's name. She's been so important, but the scene with her, the girl that's been with Bran lately, and has made it through, who had her brother die, and who sat there and watched Hodor die as he sacrificed himself. And she's such a good actress, by the way. The way she displays that emotion, she's been so good in every scene that she's been in. But the way you can see her just being like, you know, what the hell, everything that we've been through and everything that everyone we've lost, and for you to just kind of be this person. You're not Bran. Bran died over there with a three-eyed raven in the tree. It's just so fascinating to have all these things going on. And then you fast forward to the end of the episode and you have this, cinematographically speaking, it's just incredible to see this dragon and over the Dothraki and them defeating the Lannisters there, which we can definitely assume that they defeat. I'm going to go ahead and assume they defeated the Lannisters, since that dragon took out the one weapon that actually was able to take a shot at it. And I was genuinely nervous for Daenerys there, but I think the dragon's going to be all right. Jaime got saved by Bronn, I think. It's a little bit hard to tell if it was Bronn that saved Jaime. I'm assuming so, because Bronn got away from the blast, the fire blast. They got set into what, the ocean, with a body of water that was right next to the dragon and Daenerys. They're not far. They're literally right there. So they're not going to get away. So I'm wondering if she's just going to take capture of them and hold them as a hostage or something. I feel like if that does happen, Cersei's not going to care. I don't know why I feel that way. Because they're not going to get away. It wouldn't make any sense for them to get away. But then you have the Tyrion dynamic too, where he wants his brother alive. That's very clear. He says, "Get away, you idiot. Go, flee." So even if she does take Jaime and do whatever she does, I don't even know what that would be. The fact that Jaime was there for him and is the only person that really has ever been there for him. I love that entire, the possibilities that this could go. And even just him being the hand of the queen, watching this battle happening and hoping that his brother survives. The enemy. His brother is the enemy. He's Dany's enemy. And Tyrion is there rooting for his brother to survive. You know, I don't think that would make her very happy, to say the least. I think she would, there might be some, if she knew that that was happening in Tyrion's head, there would be some potential Jorah issues or some potential Varys issues. You know, there's still all these things. You know, Daenerys, who can she can trust them, but there's real stuff going on here where you can understand the questioning, the legitimacy, the validity of these people that are supposed to be on your side. I really, really enjoy everything with Jon and Daenerys, and I love that it's, I said before that I'm glad that they didn't hit it off right away, because it makes so much sense for them not to trust each other. I like that we're building slowly towards that a little bit, with her asking Jon, what would you do, with their scene in the caves there, and not showing us if he bent the knee, even though I'm assuming he did, but he very well could not have, so I don't know. Or maybe they agreed on something else. But then you have Davos dropping the statement of him looking into Daenerys' heart, but saying it in like a, I think you like her sort of way. It's interesting because even with the Ygritte thing and Jon developing his feelings for Ygritte the way that they happened, you couldn't really tell. If you compare Jon to Robb, when Robb liked Talisa and was growing his feelings for her as rapidly as they happened, you could, like, Robb made the move. Robb was very outward with those feelings and with the desire he had for Talisa. Jon was never like that with Ygritte. They were very different situations. Jon was kind of a hostage, and everything that happened with the wildlings versus Robb and Talisa was very different. I understand that, but even so, Jon was never, that was the first person he ever gave any feelings towards, any sort of desire towards. Again, if that's something they build towards, I'm obviously so here for it. Although long live Ygritte forever and always. But hey, I mean, it's Daenerys and it's Jon, and they're both just, you know, you could say very nice things about how I feel about both of them in very thirsty ways. I'm gonna leave it at that. I love the Arya Brienne scene so much, and just Arya being such a badass and Brienne being so impressed. I don't know what to make of Sansa's reaction to it. It was kind of, you know, she seemed almost concerned, but then she walked away, and then Baelish had his stupid little face. It's always a stupid little face. Things are it's so wild there's 3 episodes left in the season. It feels like the season just started, and that's because it did just start. And it's just crazy to think that the season's about to end. It doesn't feel ready to end just because these seasons are usually, there's usually so much more to come. So to know that it's about to be, boom, season's over. Oh, now we're really at the end. It just feels bizarre. And everything is moving faster. Although this episode, again, was so good because it was so slow in the first parts. And we had all those character conversation pieces that once you got to that battle at the end, it felt, you know, just there was so much depth going on, and I really appreciated that. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the end of this season, and then obviously at that point we're pretty much there. Well, you're very lucky. That's incredibly convenient. It also makes no sense. Did they just like float underwater to the other side of the lake and not drown? He landed in the water over there. That makes no sense, but that's fine. I'll just ignore that. I'm glad that they're both alive.
Dragons are where our partnership ends. I'm not going to be around when those things start spitting fire on King's Landing.
Oh, is he going to think that Jaime's dead? He's inspecting bodies to make sure none of them are Jaime. It's what a conflict.
I offer you a choice. Bend the knee and join me.
Or what?
Together, we will leave the world a better place than we found it.
What's the other choice?
Or refuse.
And die?
Step forward, my lord.
Perhaps you could take the black, Your Grace.
That's not even a
Whatever
thing
else he is,
anymore.
He's a true soldier. He'd be invaluable at the war.
I mean, she laid it out. She laid the choices out. It is what it is. Tyrion's out here trying to save people.
I can shut your mouth.
Who are you?
Justin Timberlake.
Nothing scrubs bold notions from a man's head like a few weeks in a dark cell.
I meant what I said.
He's trying. She gave them a choice.
Dracarys.
Oh, I saw. It was like a black skull. Their choice is made.
Tyrion didn't kill Joffrey. He had nothing to do with it.
After all this time, it still amazes me.
It was
that you-
Olenna. She confessed before she died. If you were Olenna, would you rather have seen your granddaughter married to Joffrey or Tommen?
Admit your son was a piece of work. That's being nice about it. We have an agreement. This is why I don't move, because my dog lays right behind me. Oh, he's making friends with it. This is like the hippogriff in Harry Potter with Hagrid, and it didn't go well for Malfoy, but went well for Harry. She's so amazed. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna marry my nephew.
Sir Davos said you took a knife in the heart for your people.
Sir Davos gets carried away.
No, he doesn't. You're lying.
So he's a figure of speech.
Don't lie to her. Don't start a romance off with a lie, John. Oh, shit. Oh my god, it's a triangle. Jorah's looking at John like, god damn it, like another Aaron.
I served with your father.
I return to your service, my queen. If you'll have me.
Yeah, that was the whole
It
agreement.
would be my honor.
We need to send ravens.
To the east place. They're fucked.
Saw the Night King and his army marching towards Eastwatch. If they make it past the wall,
So bring the dead to her.
How?
I thought that was what we were trying to avoid.
We don't have to bring the whole army. Only one soldier.
They're all together.
With the Queen's permission, I'll go north and take one.
You just got back, and now you're gonna go die.
the free folk will help us. They won't follow Sir Jorah. They won't have to.
Because John's gonna go. This is what he does. He just throws himself into these fucking
I
situations.
haven't given you permission to leave.
She's in love with him. Look at her face. She's like, don't put yourself in danger. Jon Snow's a real Gryffindor. I'll tell you that much. That man is not scared of shit. He's gonna cause a rebellion too, though, because he's constantly making all these people so angry.
To rule us, my lady. But perhaps we should have.
They were insulting John. And you sat there and listened.
I listened to their complaints, which is my responsibility as Lady of Winterfell.
I'll leave you to it.
I thought I'd surprise you by hitting Casterly Rock. But you were 3 steps ahead of me. Abandoned family home, completely unsentimental.
This is so awkward.
Father would have been proud.
Don't talk about father. You want Cersei to bend the knee, you can ask her yourself.
I don't. Daenerys doesn't. She has a more important request.
Thought you might still be rowing.
It's been fucking like 5 seasons.
Shops, taverns, brothels.
Gendry. That is the joke, right? Gendry's still rowing?
Fucks you harder than time.
That's true.
A man thinks he's done. He's ready to go back to his loving family. But before he gets his breeches up, his Lady of the Hour pops a tiny spoon of that into his mouth.
Prehistoric Viagra. Oh no, Tyrion! Hide! Why did you keep walking right towards them?
We was looking for a dwarf with a scar like that a while back.
You going to arrange to pay us more than Queen's service?
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
This is Gendry.
He'll do.
Gendry. I've been saying every name on the show wrong for 7 seasons. Shout out to the patient people.
She just won a great victory. Why would you want a truce now?
Because an army of dead men is marching on the 7 kingdoms. Tyrion claims he'll have proof.
No one has time for this proof.
Tyrion.
Bro, whatever stands in our way, we will defeat it. For this.
Oh, she's pregnant? She's fucking pregnant?
Who will you say is the father?
You.
Oh, Jamie's, forget it. He's gone. We lost him. Say goodbye to both your lovers.
If I don't return, at least you won't have to deal with the king in the north anymore.
I've grown used to him.
That's how I would look at Jon Snow too. I crushed so hard for that dude, man.
Took some searching. Mr. Lewin's archives are very thorough.
A piece of paper? What does it say? What is it? And please watch your back. That door is creaky as shit though. You would hear if someone walked in. Joffrey tried to steal his throne.
Isn't it your job to talk him out of stupid fucking ideas like this?
Stupid fucking ideas. This is such a stupid idea.
I'm Queen's Arga now.
Cersei doesn't care.
And you need to convince the one with the dragons or the one who fucks her brother.
This is so stupid. Oh shit.
You're the Hound.
Our Lord told us that the Great War is coming.
Don't trust him. Don't trust any of them.
He's with them for a brief bit.
Light.
For fuck's sake, will you shut your hole? Are we coming with you or not?
I'm always gonna like the Hound. He's so straight to the point. I fucking hate this. I hate this. I mean, who in their right mind thinks she's the most unreasonable person ever existed on this show? You're not gonna convince her of anything. I will say this. That is a badass group of people. Jorah, Jon Snow, Gendry, the Hound. Like, that is a really sick, just a really awesome group of people. The old school like wrestling fan in me is thinking of like when like these random factions of wrestlers would randomly join up for like these tag matches, and it would just be like the coolest combination of people that you don't usually get. Like in this show, all these characters have been on this show from the beginning, more or less. So to have them just suddenly be in a group together is just really cool to see. It's not something you would have ever imagined happening, particularly Gendry, who was rowing the boat forever, and in my head, he was just going to row until the end of the show, and that was it. Like, that was his storyline. If you want someone by your side in this show, it's Davos. He's so logical in his explanation and able to articulate himself in the right way and, like, emotional about it, but at the same time level-headed. He's just the ideal, like, human being to have around you. But what I want to ultimately get to is that I hate, like, there's the Arya stuff going on with Littlefinger. I'll wait to see what happens with that. Littlefinger is gonna constantly try and stay one step ahead of everything, always, and I see that coming, but I still worry. Cersei's puppeteering Jaime, which is dangerous because Jaime's the only person with like any sense, I feel like, in King's Landing remaining, like with any power or someone that's like in a higher position. But now that's gone. That's gone. Whether she's really pregnant or not. And she said, "Don't you ever betray me again," because she knows that he does his own thing. That's gone now. He's gonna be totally like on her side, no matter if it involves putting Tyrion in danger or whatever it is. Like, he's whatever. The biggest thing for me is that this Jon plan is so bad because it's so dangerous. Number one, it's such a huge fucking waste of time because he's gonna go get a White Walker or like army of one of the dead things, like their bones or whatever. He's gonna try and capture one, which is the most dangerous thing in the entire world because they're all traveling in a pack. That's one. It's a waste of time because like all of this is happening, right? There's so much, like, you should just be worried about making your plan to fight them in the first place instead of leaving your whole army. But all of this is to show Cersei one of these White Walkers, right? Or army of the dead bone things, whatever. She doesn't care. She does not care. Like, she's not interested in that. And there's no like reasoning with her. There's no being reasonable with her. There's just, it's none of that is a thing. So and she is pretty much shown and said and displayed in that scene where she's like, we need to be like father, and she's just gonna use everything against them in any way she can. She's gonna be very cunning. These zoomed out nature shots at the beginning of these episodes, really enjoy them a lot. Stupidest plan. This is, I mean, technically this is Tyrion's plan.
Your father gave me this sword. Changed the pommel from a bear to a wolf. But it's still Longclaw.
What are you gonna fight with?
It's not right for me to have it.
You honorable fool.
He gave it to you. I've forfeited the right to claim this sword. It's yours.
You were there?
I was there. Standing in the crowd near Baelor's statue.
Oh shit.
And what did you do? Did you come running to the rescue?
What was she?
You should be on your knees thanking me. We're standing in Winterfell again because of me.
This is Littlefinger's plan.
You didn't win it back. Jon didn't
Pin them
win it
against
back.
each
You
other.
lost the Battle of the Bastards. You never would have survived what I survived.
I guess we'll never know.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, Jon, get home.
That's what she's always wanted, to tear
I'm
us
scared the
apart.
Northern Lords will read it. They wouldn't think much of Lady Sansa if they knew how she did Cersei's bidding. What would little Lyanna Mormont say?
Oh, damn it.
She's younger than you were when you wrote this.
She would have never.
Are you going to say, but I was just a
That
child?
little kid's such a badass. I want more of her in this show.
I don't think you're true, Dean. You have sad eyes.
You want to suck my dick, is that it?
Dick?
When have I lost my temper?
Some of the Tarleys?
Burning the Tarleys, for instance.
That was not impulsive.
No, she...
That was necessary.
She laid that out from the beginning.
I'm trying to serve you by planning for the long term.
Perhaps if you planned for the short term, we wouldn't have lost Dawn and Highgarden. We will discuss the succession after I wear the crown.
I get both of their lines of thought right now. I don't get this plan. So stupid. It gets stupider and stupider every scene. Every scene. This plan. What? Oh my god. Oh, fire swords? That's cool. Somebody help! There's so many of you! Where's the other 7 people? Oh. This is literally the Revenant.
If one of you were planning to harm the other in any way, wouldn't she be honor bound to intercede?
Oh my god, this is not. This is not. Stop listening to him. Oh. Why is he alive and the rest died? If they all come after you, the fuck isn't even the word. You and your stupid plan.
Run back to Eastwood. Get a raven to Daenerys. Tell her what's happened. I'm not leaving you. You're the fastest. Go!
AKA you're the youngest. What do we do? Oh shit. Oh, you're in the middle. I didn't know they were in the middle. Holy fuck. How far is the east? Where he's going can't be down the corner. There's no way. There's not going to be enough time. Oh, he made it already? The literal only solution is she shows up with her dragon. Because he said tell Daenerys. Because Jon knows this is my only way out.
What happened? Where are the others? Raven. We need to send a raven. Get the maester. Now!
Killed him. He turned them all.
How are you gonna get to him?
You don't understand. You're all I've ever meant to be, I can't.
He just throws that word around like.
The lot of light should be any different.
Oh, look at I like her.
Can't win the throne if you're dead.
I like her get up.
Can't break the wheel if you're dead.
So what would you have me do?
Nothing. If you die, we're all lost. Everyone, everything.
I'm not doing nothing again.
Dragon. Oh, Tormund's badass. Don't die. He is protecting that. Ooh. This is so nerve-wracking. No, not Tormund. No, absolutely not. He's supposed to make babies with Brienne. That's so sick, man. He wants to go after the Night King. He's gonna go after the Night King like a psychopath. Oh my god, he's gonna kill one of the dragons. Yo. Another no, just, you gotta get out of there. Oh my, they already fooled me before, so I can't. Jon feels invincible. And that's because he is fucking invincible. His uncle!
Right for the pass. Come with me. There's no time. Go!
Oh, well, now she's gonna know the truth.
ask you a question about yourself, and you try to make lies sound like the truth. If you fool me, you win. If I catch a lie, you lose. Let's play. The game of faces didn't turn out so well for the last person who asked me questions.
Tell me what they are.
This really makes me sad and mad. Smad.
We both wanted to be other people when we were younger.
We are going to destroy the Night King and his army. We will do it together.
Yeah. Well, now she wants revenge.
He was the last person who called me that. I'm not sure, was it my brother?
How about my queen?
This is the Neil. I'd bend the knee, but
I hope I deserve it.
You do.
He's seen enough. She's like, Jorah's outside the room. John's never been good at making a move. You had to like force him into it. The dragon's body. Oh, it's gonna be like a White Walker dragon. That's crazy. Like crazy. That's a different level of insane. Oh, that's so sick, man. That is awesome. That is awesome. The way Jamie survived, the way that they survived, honestly, like with like thousands of these dead things around them, running at them once the ice refroze. There's no way that they should have lasted as long as they did. And I was thinking that during it, I'm like, this is low-key unrealistic, but I didn't really like. I was so. While I was thinking that, then Tormund was about to die, and I was so stressed about that because I was convinced he was about to die, and I was way more concerned about that. I moved that out of my mind, and then Dany came and saved everybody, so then I was obviously focused on that. So yeah, I can see how it all feels like very compact and tightly squeezed, and everything. It'd be nice if it was all elongated like typical Game of Thrones is. But the only thing I'm gonna say, one line I hated in this episode: Jon Snow is not little. He's not too little, and I think that's being proven. I think they're in love, and I need that to already happen. I'm gonna assume it's gonna happen in the next episode because it's the finale. Okay, I'm ready. I need more coffee.
If anything goes wrong, kill the silver-haired bitch first, then our brother, then the bastard who calls himself king. The rest of them you can kill in any order you see fit. Come, Sir Grey.
No, not happening. Just kill her right here. Fuck whatever it leads to. It's gonna lead to some all-out war. You got your whole army here. We know Daenerys is somewhere with her dragon.
It's not how it ends for you, brother. You know who's coming for you. You've always known.
Oh, you should have let it get her. Not this creepo doctor guy. He's so impressed that the Maester.
And we can destroy them with dragon glass.
I'm taking the Iron Fleet back to the Iron Islands.
What are you talking about?
This is the only thing I've ever seen that terrifies me.
You didn't even see them together.
The Crown accepts your truce.
Liar. She's a liar.
Until the dead are defeated. In return, the King in the North will extend this truce.
That is why I cannot give you what you ask.
I kneeled while I laid down.
I cannot serve two queens.
Then there is nothing left to discuss. The dead will come north first. Enjoy dealing with them.
Oh, brother.
We will deal with whatever is left of you.
Oh, fuck loyalty.
Loyalty?
This goes beyond houses and honor and oaths.
Tell her what?
She's got my penis in a guillotine.
I'm grateful for your loyalty.
But you're an idiot.
But my dragon died so that we could be here.
Have you ever considered learning how to lie every now and then? Just a bit.
I'm not going to swear an oath I can't uphold. But when enough people make false promises, words stop meaning anything.
You may not have killed Joffrey, but you killed Marcella, you killed Tommen. No one would have touched them if Father was here. No one would have dared.
I've never been more sorry about anything.
I will not hear it, not from you. I will not hear it!
If it weren't for me, you'd have a mother. If it weren't for me, you'd have a father. If it weren't for me, you'd have 2 beautiful children. I've thought about killing you more times than I can count. Do it! Say the word.
Get on a boat. Take those who matter.
You're pregnant.
I will march them north to fight alongside you in the Great War. The darkness is coming for us all.
She's your sister. You know her far better than I ever could.
Stop. Make him go away.
When I try to understand a person's motives, I play a little game. I assume the worst.
That's me every day of my life.
What's the worst thing she could want? She could want me dead.
You've always known what was right. I promise you, it's not true. I've done plenty of things that I regret. How compared to me, you haven't.
Theon just needs a quick therapy session.
Our father was more of a father to you than yours ever was.
He was.
And you betrayed him. What I can forgive, I do. You're a Greyjoy. And you're a Stark.
It's the right person to talk to there.
Get on with it.
You stand accused of murder. You stand accused of treason. How do you answer these charges, Lord Baelish?
It's about time! Yeah, what now? He's like, I didn't prepare for this. My sister asked you a question. It was one of my favorite lines I've heard in a long time on this show.
You murdered our aunt, Lysa Arryn. Conspired to murder Jon Arryn. You gave Lysa tears of Lys to poison him. Do you deny it? Conspired with Cersei Lannister to betray our father, Ned Stark. Thanks to your treachery, he was imprisoned and later executed on false charges of treason.
None of you knows the truth.
Bran held a knife to his throat.
Bran knows the fucking truth.
You said, I did warn you not to trust me.
Told our mother this belonged to Tyrion Lannister. But that was another one of your lies.
If we could speak alone, I can explain everything.
If we could
Sometimes
speak
when
alone.
I'm trying to understand a person's motives, I play a little game. I assume the worst.
Sansa, please.
I'm a slow learner. It's true.
I'm so proud of her.
But I learn.
I loved your mother since the time I was a boy.
And yet you betrayed her.
I loved you. More than anyone.
What are you doing?
Preparing the expedition north.
Expedition north.
I lied.
I always knew you were this stupid.
I faced them in the field. We can't beat them. We can't beat their dragons.
How many dragons did you see at the pit?
I pledged to ride north. I intend to honor that pledge.
And that would be treason.
Treason?
Disobeying your queen's command, fighting with her enemies. What would you call it? I told you no one walks away from me.
Tyrion walked away, technically.
Going to order him to kill me? Give the order then.
There's a lot to take away from that.
He needs to know the truth.
Oh shit.
The truth about what?
About himself. No one knows. No one but me. He's the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and my aunt Lyanna Stark. His last name isn't really Snow. It's Sand.
He transcribed a High Septon's diary. He wed Rhaegar and Lyanna in a secret ceremony.
Are you certain?
Yes.
And she is mine. From this day until the end of my days.
Rhaegar didn't kidnap my aunt or rape her.
What the fuck?
He loved her.
And you love Daenerys? This is the transition into knocking on her door?
And she loved him.
Don't close the door. I want to see. I want to see. Tyrion, mind your business.
And Jon, Jon's real name?
Is Aegon Targaryen. You have to protect him.
He's the heir to the Iron Throne.
Sheesh. One of the very few sex scenes I've enjoyed in this show. Could be any creepier, Tyrion? Is he upset about it?
He needs to know.
Does blow blue fire. And he's riding it? The disrespect. Wow. Reached the end of the season, and we have 6 episodes left, which feels like it feels unfair. It feels unfair to have everything we've waited for pretty much been expecting to happen for a while now, which is this. Like, they're here. They're at the wall. They've destroyed the wall. It's ironic that Daenerys gave them their greatest weapon. Obviously, like, not intentionally, but there's an irony to that. And that just makes them even scarier than they already are somehow, some way. Before that happened, before they obtained one of the dragons, in my mind, I'm just thinking, oh, all she really has to do is show up with all the dragons and just go crazy laying fire on all of them, and she'll kill them all. So it is smart to have one of the dragons on their side, because it makes it a lot more even for the viewer. It makes it not as simple as Daenerys just pulling up and lighting everything on fire, because it's not going to be that easy now. But we're here, and there's 6 episodes left. That doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel fair. This is my biggest thing. But I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for it. Baelish is dead. One of my favorite parts of this episode, and one of my top 3 as of now favorite deaths. Theon's going to save Yara. I don't even remember if Yara's at King's Landing, or if Euron has her at the Iron Islands. Euron's headed over to to bring the bank people over, like at Essos, which is like a different level than the bank at Braavos, I guess. And Cersei lied to everyone. That doesn't surprise me at all. Like, even when she came back and told everyone that she would do a truce and whatever, I don't know if I said anything, but I know I felt nothing. I know I just was kind of watching, like, blank-minded, just as far as, like, not buying into it at all, but not knowing where it was going. So I was just waiting. Her coming back, her not killing Jaime was definitely interesting, because it's like she's constantly being all ruthless, etc., but for her to not call for the kill on Jaime, even though he's betraying her to her face, walking away from her to her face, is interesting. It shows, like, that there is a it's like the line at Tyrion, if there's any heart left inside of you, it's there in that scene, but only for Jaime. And speaking of Jaime, where's Jaime going? He's on his own. My guess is he's going to honor what he said he would do, and that's fight with them going north. But then he'd be on his own, because he's not bringing the people, he's not bringing the gold cloaks with him, he's not bringing anybody with him. My personal favorite thing is actually getting Jon and Daenerys to actually come together. I can officially call them my parents. I have not looked up jack shit about this show for so long, including merchandise, because you find the smallest thing, and it's never worth it. I think, like, in season 1, episode 4 or 5 or something like that, when I was first watching the show, I looked something up, and I wasn't spoiled about anything, but I just remember so much other information popping up, and I googled something, and it's just not worth it. Somehow I gotten this far in the show completely spoiler free. Rhaegar and Lyanna were married, which makes Jon not a bastard of Dorne, sand, as opposed to snow. It makes him Targaryen. The biggest key from all that is that Jon is the true heir to the throne. I don't feel like that would change anything as far as Jon's loyalties, and obviously, like, the current goal is this battling the dead. Nothing, the great battle they were calling, or something like that, the Great War or something. Nothing is going to come in between, like, that current goal. But afterwards, I feel like it won't change anything unless it shakes up the romance factor of Jon and Daenerys, since they're both Targaryens. And my only concern would be if like him finding that out disrupts their romance that is now a thing. Tyrion had this weird look. It almost looked like he was upset, or we're supposed to presume he's upset the way he's looking down the hall knowing Jon just walked into that room. I don't know why he would be. Maybe he thinks that them sparking some romance will cause an issue amongst somebody. I mean, Jorah maybe, but Jorah dealt with it before. So I don't know. I think Jorah's loyalties lie in just whatever Daenerys tells him. So yeah, everything in my mind is focused on their romance lasting, obviously them both surviving, obviously this battle that's about to happen. It's going to be crazy, and I don't know when it's going to happen because they're about to go to Winterfell first, right? Meanwhile, everyone at the wall is fucked. And are they all just going to die? Everyone at the wall? Tormund, and who else is there? The guy with the eye patch that died 6 times, he's there. There's probably someone else that I can't think of right now. Is Davos still there? I don't remember. So they're going to be in Winterfell making, like, they just need to get on it. I felt like this season was great. And then shit hit the fan to such an extreme the last few episodes that this one felt more like preparation for the final season. So I'm actually like totally cool with that, and I enjoyed like so much from this episode on a lower scale. Jon Snow for life. Who's this kid? Is he just excited to see Jon and Daenerys? Reminds me of a young Bran. She should be at the front of this greeting. And your buddy. She's happy to see him. I mean, he kind of saved her life early on. Oh, shit. Of course, Arya thinks that's so sick. I'm glad that Bran is smiling at least. Like, he recognizes the moment a little bit.
You're a man.
Almost.
Thank you for inviting us into your home, Lady Stark. The North is as beautiful as your brother claimed. As are you.
Winterfell is yours, Your Grace.
Come on, man. The episode just started.
You still have it.
Rudolph.
You want a whore, buy one. You want a queen, earn her.
I think she's lonely. That was Daryl Dixon. Just like that? Okay, well done, but this isn't gonna stay this easy, right? Honestly, yeah. Should be worse. Just like that?
He was in King's Landing with all his men and his ships.
They just sail
We can
away?
take our home back.
Daenerys went north.
He's such a good actor. All that pain and anguish in his face, and like obviously we know what he wants to redeem himself.
Anyway.
The proposal is what I'm proposing. We survived the Night King. What if the 7 kingdoms, for once in their whole shit history, were ruled by a just woman and an honorable man?
That's what they would be, the two of them.
Your sister doesn't like me.
She doesn't know you.
She doesn't need to be my friend. But I am her queen.
Ride? Get on?
Go on.
Fuck that. Now this is romance at its finest. Late night drive.
What do I hold on to?
Whatever you can.
Whatever you can.
We could stay 1,000 years. No one would find us.
We'd be pretty old.
Ygritte said like the same thing about that cave they were in.
Don't be afraid.
He left his welding job just to go to another welding job? Oh, look at this reunion. All sorts of reunions. Mm-hmm.
You're a cold little bitch, aren't you? Guess that's why you're still alive.
Can you make it?
What do you need something like this for?
Can you make it or not?
You already have a sword. It's Valyrian steel. I always knew you were just another rich girl.
You don't know any other rich girls.
That's a really, really, really funny line.
I fought them, Sansa. Twice. You want to worry about who holds what title? I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. Without her, we don't stand a chance.
Did you bend the knee to save the North?
Because you're in love.
Or because you love her?
Do I have to have one without the other? It's clearly both.
It would have been mine anyway, eventually. But my father had other ideas.
Is it just hitting her now? Like, yeah, I blew them.
Granddaughter.
I blew them to smithereens.
At least I'll be allowed home again, now that my brother's the Lord.
Your brother stood with your father.
That shouldn't be funny. Why is that funny?
She executed my father and brother. They were prisoners. She didn't tell you. Would you have done it?
I've executed men who disobeyed me.
You've also spared men. Thousands of wildlings when they refused to kneel.
I'm not king in the North anymore.
I'm not talking about the king in the North. I'm talking about the king of the bloody Seven Kingdoms.
Your mother was Lyanna Stark, and your father, Rhaegar Targaryen. You are Aegon Targaryen, true heir to the Iron Throne.
My father was the most honorable man I ever met.
And he still is.
Promised your mother he'd always protect you.
Yeah, Robert would have killed him.
And he did. Robert would have murdered you if he knew. You gave up your crown to save your people. Would she do the same?
Double up on the horses. If the horses last, we'll get there before the dead. We just have to hope the Night King doesn't come first.
Oh my god! Oh wow, you remember him? What a callback. If this was a full season, then I feel like I'd be more acceptable. Like, I guess I feel like a little underwhelmed, and that's not like the worst thing because there's like I still enjoyed a lot of this episode, and by normal standards, this is a better episode of like TV than like a lot of other shit that I've watched in the past. But it just because there's only 5 episodes left, it just feels like it would feel more like if there was like 9 left, it'd be like, oh, okay, we're building here, but that's not like shit is about to hit the fan. So Theon saved Yara in like 5 seconds. The dragon flying scene was really cool. I liked the scene with Jon and Daenerys with the waterfall was really pretty, and him and the dragon, like him having the bonding with the dragon. I thought that was a cool scene, even though like she said basically exactly what Ygritte said. I don't know if that's intentional or if they just forgot that Ygritte said that. And I know she was like not serious either. But it's just interesting callback. Jaime and Bran having a moment, just as far as like being in the same scene and looking at each other. Does Bran go through this evolution of Bran become the three-eyed raven and, you know, ultimately like be pretty imperative? person in this world. Does all that happen if he doesn't become a cripple? I don't know. It's the whole you can't change fate and destiny thing anyway. I can't exactly envision Bran like lashing out at Jaime here. Bran only has one, you know. The whole Sam, there was a lot of laughs in this whole episode actually, but that was actually incredibly interesting though, knowing that she killed both his father and brother, and the emotional like toll what that did to Sam, and him using that in conversation with Jon. Like, not only is he telling Jon who Jon is, like who his parents are and what the significance of that and how he's the true heir, he also uses the emotional impact of how he, you know, he just got this news from Daenerys and now he views her in a certain way, so he uses that to sort of like really drive into Jon why it's important that he's the heir, not just that he's there, but why it's important, you know, and even drive a narrative to Jon of, you know, you should be the king, and of the Seven Kingdoms. And that's really interesting to me because it's a real thing where he bent the knee for everyone's safety, but now, like, will Daenerys do the same? Because if she did that, then yeah, everyone will get on board with Jon because they actually trust him. It's just a lot of like, all of that is incredibly interesting.
My brother would tell me a bedtime story.
Here we go.
About the man who murdered our father. Who stabbed him in the back and cut his throat. Your sister pledged to send her army north.
She did.
I don't see an army.
She lied.
I see one man with one hand.
She never had any intention of sending her army north. She has Euron Greyjoy's fleet and 20,000 fresh troops.
Giving her all the info.
The Golden Company from Essos, bought and paid for.
But I know Sir Jaime. But when we were both taken prisoner and the men holding us tried to force themselves on me, Sir Jaime defended me. Without him, my lady, you would not be alive. He armed me, armored me, and sent me to find you and bring you home. Because he'd sworn an oath to your mother.
I trust you with my life. If you trust him with yours, we should let him stay.
What about Daenerys' word? She looked over like, you don't call the shots. Oh, she's like, what's up with you? She doesn't know what he knows.
Either you knew Cersei was lying and let me believe otherwise, or you didn't know at all, which makes you either a traitor or a fool.
I was a fool.
Not for the first time.
She's right, because that was such a big fuck up. That was a royal fuck up.
One of you will be wearing this before it's all over.
Come on, Tyrion, get your shit together.
You should make mine first, and make sure it's stronger than this.
It's strong enough.
I think he's tired of welding.
Really bad.
Does she like him?
Really bad.
Is that why she was like staring at him, or is she just waiting for her weapon?
Even a smith's apprentice can do better than really bad. I know death. He's got many faces.
Well, if you like him, don't scare him.
I look forward to seeing this one. My weapon.
I'll get right on it. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
He doesn't care.
You're not angry at me.
I'm not angry at anyone.
Why didn't you tell them?
You won't be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
She's waiting for Tormund to get back.
Families are complicated.
Oh, certainly have been.
Sad thing to have in common.
Yet I can't help but feel we're at odds with one another. Why is that?
He loves you, you know that.
That bothers you?
Men do stupid things for women.
Now I'm here.
Yeah.
Half a world away. Fighting Jon's war alongside him. Tell me who manipulated whom.
AKA, I love him too.
I should have thanked you. The moment you arrived. We defeat the dead. We destroy Cersei. What happens then?
I love this conversation so much.
I take the Iron Throne.
What about the North? We said we'd never bow to anyone else again.
Ooh.
What about the North?
This is an interesting conversation now. It was before, but now it's...
Apologies, my lady. Your Grace.
No, we need to finish this conversation. You interrupted their conversation for Theon?
She only has a few ships and she couldn't sail them here. I want to fight for Winterfell, Lady Sansa. If you'll have me.
Which way should I go?
Oh, come on.
Which way do you want to go?
If they made it back, then they just made it back. Fucking Tormund, man. He only has one level.
How long do we have? Before the sun comes up tomorrow.
Shit. A couple hours?
The big woman's still here?
That?
They're coming.
Is he jealous of Jaime? And how close they are?
I killed the giant when I was 10. Then I climbed right into bed with his wife. Suckled me at her teeth for 3 months. Thought I was a baby. That's how I got so strong.
That's an amazing origin story. That's how I got so strong.
This'll work.
Oh yeah, that's her same.
I wasn't with her.
Were you with other girls? Before that in King's Landing? Or after?
Where's this going?
You don't remember?
It's every guy that's ever been asked this specific question.
I can keep count.
We're probably going to die soon.
Whoa, Arya, all grown up. Okay.
I ought to know what it's like before that happens.
This is very... It's so weird watching Arya all these seasons to see this part of her blossom or exist at all. She's still like little kid Arya in my head, so this is a lot. That felt like watching my little sister have sex. I just gotta put that out there.
You're not the knight?
Women can't be knights.
Why not?
Tradition.
Fuck tradition.
That's what I'm saying, Tormund. That's what I've always said.
Any knight can make another knight.
I like that everyone here is kind of a cast of rejects. They've all been on their own at some point, all cast aside at some point. Everyone here is just perfectly placed in this room.
I charge you to be brave. I charge you to be just.
I like Podrick looking on so like proud.
Rise, Brienne of Tarth. A knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Fuck yeah.
Brienne of Tarth, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Fuck yeah. Probably my favorite scene from these 2 episodes.
I pledge to fight for the North, and I will fight.
You ain't gonna talk her out of it, bro. You don't know her very well.
My brother Rhaegar. Everyone told me he was decent and kind. And he raped her.
I have so many feelings right now.
They were married in secret. After Rhaegar fell on the Trident, she had a son. My real name is Aegon Targaryen.
That's impossible.
I wish it were.
You'd have a claim to the Iron Throne.
Yes. I guess we'll discuss this later. Just about to hit the fan. I'll keep this short. I enjoyed that episode. I enjoyed it. There for a while, I was kind of like feeling the vibes of the first one a little bit, which I was a little mixed on. But I thought that one like really had a nice momentum. Particularly, I think once I had the scene with Jaime knighting Brienne, like the momentum of the episode really shifted in that last like 20 minutes. Like I really enjoyed from Arya and Gendry and their moment, which I guess you could have like foreshadowed the way she was looking at him. And I'm glad that it's Gendry, because Gendry is a good dude. And again, I'm speaking as an older brother. That's how I'm feeling. Whenever Yeah, there's not much to say about Jon Daenerys because she pointed out the obvious, but they didn't finish that conversation. We don't know where Jon's head is as far as it all goes, and hopefully they win this battle. I have no clue what's going to happen in this battle. Not the slightest idea. It's hard for me to imagine the Night King just walks up to Bran and gets, like, you know, killed, which is the plan. But, like, if I'm going to make any prediction for the next episode, especially because Theon's had, like, a few moments of redemption lately, and him and Sansa have this, you know, their bond is sort of there now. I'm predicting Theon dies in the next episode. I feel like that's what they've set up for me. But yeah, that Brienne being knighted, I really need that Sansa Daenerys conversation to be resumed. I'm just gonna jump into the next one, guys, because shit's about to hit the fan. Read some of the warnings about this episode, so turned off as many lights that exist in here, as I felt like I should be able to get away with for now. And if I have to do the ones behind me, we'll do those too. We'll see just how dark this is, though. Here we go. This isn't too dark yet. There's an episode of The Walking Dead, season 9, where they're in a cave for like the whole fucking episode. It's super dark. Gonna be similar vibe, I don't know. Oh, is that... What is she doing here? She better help if she's here.
Tell them to lift their swords.
Oh, is she gonna cast fire on all their swords? Just got them even more hype. Oh, that's really, really cool. What about that fucking dragon? Like the blue-eyed dragon. It could just show up and start fucking shit up. Survive. Come on, Grey Worm. You gotta get to those beaches. Enjoy your retirement. Fuck this. I saw Jamie too. This is a lot. This is a lot. They're like flying into a freeze. This is gorgeous. Look at the smoke.
Get down to the crypt.
I don't know how to use it.
Sticking with the pointy end.
Shit, she might have no dragons left. What about the trap that they made? It's just like sacrifices. They just slowly taking one down at a time. She's supposed to light the trench, but she can't. Because she doesn't know. You're the light witch. You light it. I thought it was gonna get her as she did it, but I don't think it got her. No, don't let it. Why is no one guarding that spot? Every spot should be guarded. You have the people. Like, I can see that it's Brienne and Jamie, but it's hard to see exactly what they're doing. Is he having traumatic flashbacks? She's such a... Look at her take out multiple at a time. Oh, and it comes apart too. That's really... That's awesome. I almost want to cry because you know how proud Ned would be? Please. Whoa, that was slick. Did she drop her weapon? Oh. Oh, she's concussed. How do you kill that thing?
I can't beat death.
Tell her that.
Exactly. Tell her that. Look at the young girls taking. They're the ones winning this battle right now, putting themselves out there. Did he? Why would they kill her like that? I do not like how she died. That feels like a lot. Oh, and then the way that they're panning through the aisles of these shelves to show you what she's up against here. Huge video game vibes. Splinter Cell. Oh my gosh. Fucking scary, man. She's probably so out of it right now. Oh, he's blocking the... Oh, wow. It's not even a fight anymore. It's just a retreat and wait to die.
You said I'd shut many eyes forever. You were right about that.
That's right. That was very brief. I was trying to remember when they met. That's right.
Green eyes. And blue eyes. What do we say to the god of death?
Not today.
Alright, I'm out of here. Where's she going? It's too simple. No, he's probably still like standing there, right? Fuck that, man. And he's like smirking. Come on, fight me fair. No. How do you win? How the fuck do you... Oh, the ones on the inside too. You'd have to just kill the Night King then, right? When I say fuck this, I cannot emphasize enough. Fuck this. Wow, that is so scary. It's no safe place. Where is Daenerys? There she is. Or she was gonna come back for her hubby nephew.
No!
It is gonna be him. No! Oh my gosh, no, not her! How is it even... How's it even flying? Jorah? Yeah, it would be Jorah. He has no time for any of this. I love that it's just this piano here. They didn't kill that dragon. I guess that dragon dies if you can get the Night King. I thought he was already dying.
Theon, you're a good man. Thank you.
Oh, wow. He was the one person I predicted was like almost definitely gonna die, and I didn't even think it would hit me. Jorah. Bran didn't need to tell him he's a good man. He didn't need to tell him thank you. He didn't need to do any, especially with who he is now. Jon's not gonna save them. What is... What? Fucking Arya? Some fucking Spider-Man shit. The way she just wilted away. And she did her part. You know, she did her part. Jon's here because of her, and she lit the thing on fire, and she gave the Dothraki fire, but like her having like any ultimate redemption is tough. It's tough when you definitely recall back on the mistakes she's made that we all know about. Speaking of redemption, as far as Theon goes, there were so many moments where I felt like he was attempting a redemption. Like a lot of moments, and every time I felt nothing. To be honest, like it was just always like you know, Theon can't redeem himself. Like I feel like that's mainly what my emotions were. Theon can't redeem himself. He's done too much, and he's been through too much in his own right. And I probably more than anything, not even like that he can't redeem himself. I feel like more than anything for me, it was mostly I don't care. I'm just being as honest as I can be about it. And that's combined with the fact that I felt like he couldn't redeem himself because of just, he pulled so much nonsense. And I feel like when he jumped away when Yara was being taken by Euron, that was where I really like drew the last straw, just as far as like, come on, Theon. After everything you have been through, after everything you have done, this is the move right now. And whether you want to, I guess maybe you can say that he jumped and that was the smart thing to do because he was able to come back with an actual army of people, like all the other Ironborn that he had to go save Yara. In 2 seconds. The season needed. How is the season not 10 episodes? It's so fucking ridiculous. I saw the stuff about them. They were signed up to do Star Wars or whatever, like a movie or one of the series. I don't know. I don't recall, but they were just rushed all of this. And yeah, definitely. And if there's anything about this episode that I don't love, I don't remember, because I am just so like completely caught up in the emotions of everything that happened in the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And even before that, like the build up to all of it was fantastic. I didn't feel like it was too dark. I didn't feel like that at all. It definitely was dark, and there were definitely some moments, particularly like when the snow was in play, where it was it was really hard to see compared to other moments. But it fluctuated a lot. They did a good job using the fire and the flames to offset a lot of that. The score and then the muffled in the moment audio was amazing. I cannot say that enough. Arya being the one to save everyone, and them doing a really good job to, I think, put that out of sight, because a lot of people, if not most, probably definitely knew Arya was like out there and whatever, doing whatever she was doing because of the conversation with Melisandre. But just because of everything happening after that, it's just so much happening that it definitely just put it out of sight, out of mind for me. It's I mentioned it's especially the Jon telling Daenerys like Bran, and I'm like, oh damn, yeah, Jon's gonna be the one to go save Bran. But no, Arya comes, and not only that, he catches her, she drops the fucking the blade and fucking catches it with the other hand, which you're not even thinking of at that point, because that's not how that stuff works. You know, once he catches her and she drops it, for those next few seconds, all you're thinking is, fuck, now what? Now who saves the day? Does everyone just die? She fucking catches it with her other hand, because there is no one who's more of a badass on this show than Arya. And again, I need the Arya, Brienne, Yara interaction. I didn't even finish my Theon point that I was alluding to earlier. Shout out to ADHD. Theon, the redemption actually worked. Again, I didn't think that I would ever actually feel like his character would be redeemed, and if they did attempt it, I couldn't imagine myself actually like feeling the emotion of what they would have attempted, but it was perfect, and it's because of Bran. And like, you show the shot of all the dead lying around him, and Bran coming back, and Bran actually being Bran in that moment, even though he did like speak in that voice that Bran now speaks in, with like no emotion behind it, or no like personality behind it. It still felt like Bran saying thank you, like really calling him a good man. It's like, oh, I just want to cry again thinking about that scene. All I can think about is how great that must have felt for Theon, and how worth it that was for him to have that. Yeah, between that, the Lyanna, R.I.P., that fucked me up. I'm gonna be honest. That took me out of everything for a few. I love Tyrion and Sansa having that moment there. You know, just she made the comment earlier about him and his loyalties and whatever, but like, you know, tensions were high and all that. And then you have that moment there, which I thought was really great, especially with their history. You know, Tyrion never allowed, he just was a good person with her. Wherever anyone else in the situation would have just taken advantage of her, and he wouldn't do it. In a world where she was living, where everyone was fucking her over and she was just fucked left and right, he was a person that was like a safety for her, and that's not something she could have said about a lot of people. So I love that she lost a lot of people in this battle. Oh my goodness. I don't think Samwell died, because we would have seen that, or Jaime or Bran. They were all like on the brink and all that. We lost, I think his name was Ed or Eddie. Ed, one of the Night's Watch guys, died because of Samwell. Samwell, come on, man. I already touched on that, though. I don't want to get on Samwell too hard, because, hey, the battle's over now. We made it. We lost him. We lost Jorah. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not. Anyone could have died in this episode, and I would have only been surprised by like a select few. Like if one of the Starks died, if Jaime died, if Tyrion died, obviously like Jon and Daenerys. Those ones would have really shocked me. Anyone else, I feel like, was completely on the table, especially here. There's only a couple episodes left in the series. Yeah, none of that would have shocked me, and the stakes were so high in this episode, and you're fighting like your biggest threat. But now I wonder, because of how big this threat was, and we lost so many people, and there was so high stakes, I feel like we have to make the show has to make the Cersei battle feel even bigger and more high stakes and even tougher. And obviously part of that, well, because we lost so many people, so that'll automatically be a feeling. But I wonder how they'll approach that. I'm excited to see. The fact that there's 3 episodes left is a joke. Like, it really is. This is not something that should be happening in the 3rd episode, and then there'd be 3 episodes left to wrap up the whole thing. Like, we still have to go to King's Landing. We still have to. Cersei has her whole new army. Like, it's a fucking joke. But I'll appreciate what I get. I'm obviously excited to see Jon and Daenerys have a conversation after all this, after what he told her. Like, he told her, and she didn't take it well, for good reason. Obviously, like, it's a lot of information. But now they got something to talk about. That's the first topic of conversation, I feel like, before even planning your battle. Obviously, once you clean everything up and recoup your losses, and there were a lot. Grey Worm survived too. I think the only ones that died were the ones I pointed out. Lyanna, Eddie, if that's his name again, the Night's Watch guy, and Jorah. I might be missing one more. This is right after the events then. I take it. She's still there. Daenerys hasn't suffered loss to this level. I can't, you know, in quite some time, it feels like.
None of it would have happened if you left King's Landing with me. No Littlefinger. No Ramsay. None of it.
Without Littlefinger and Ramsay and the rest, I would have stayed a little bird all my life.
That's tough. I'm pretty confused with Sansa's character the last handful of episodes, but her strength overall and her growth has been one of my favorite things in the show. Oh, full-blown proposal.
My wife. Be the lady of Storm's End.
She's not necessarily ever resigned to being a lady of anything. She'll get down on her knee as well.
I'm not a lady.
There it is.
I never have been. That's not me.
What are you doing? Taking your shirt off.
Okay, this is happening. That was a rough kiss.
I wish you'd never told me.
You can say nothing to anyone ever.
Oh.
Never tell them who you really are. Tell no one else. Or it will take on a life of its own and you won't be able to control it or what it does to people. No matter what you swear.
Damn, Emilia
I
Clarke.
want it to be the way it was between us.
She's right, though.
I have to tell Sansa and I.
Sansa will want to see me gone and you on the Iron Throne.
It's your choice.
This is gonna push Sansa over the edge.
I swear it.
She just all she needs is a little ammo right now.
Swear.
I didn't feel the conviction in her swearing. I believe Arya.
For fuck's sake.
On your own?
You can't escape her.
You're heading to King's Landing?
Have some unfinished business.
Me too.
Cersei. He's gonna get his brother.
And coming back.
She's gonna get Cersei. How long are they gonna milk this with them knowing and... Oh, man. You're alive because of her.
Doesn't mean she'll be a good queen.
You seem determined to dislike her.
Thank you, Tyrion.
No. But as your brother once told me, he's not a Stark.
Hmm? Come on, you promised. You swore. Don't give it up 5 minutes later.
Tyrion. What if there's someone else? Someone better?
Yeah, but he doesn't want it.
How many others know?
Including us? 8.
Well, now make it 1,000.
Secret anymore.
Everyone is alive because of her.
She loves him.
You know our queen better than I do. Do you think she wants to share the throne? She does not like to have her authority questioned.
Something she has in common with every monarch who ever lived.
Who the fuck did that? They ambushed them. That was some accurate fucking shots. She's really lucky they just missed 15,000 shots, but they nailed the first one with ease. Man, that's she didn't see, she was flying up so high, she didn't see them. Just totally surprised her. These 30 other ships with different, coming from a different direction, she's gonna get them now. Oh, wow. Did he just get knocked out? Because if he did, he'll just drown. Unless he floats to shore Did they give up pursuit? Because they could have kept following them and ended everybody. Oh shit, no. No. Haven't seen Cersei in a bit.
I saw it sink beneath the waves.
And our child shall one day rule them all.
She's just gonna say that it's his now? They captured her? Like from the water?
I'm here to free the world from tyrants. And I will serve it no matter the cost.
Whoa, the cost? But the cost makes you a tyrant a bit by default?
You know them both. Tell me, who do you think would make a better ruler?
Oh boy.
Each of us has a choice to make. I pray we choose wisely.
Spreading the information and having like the lords of Westeros or whatever, just having everybody on Jon's side, because you would lose her troops.
You're not like your sister. You're not. You're better than she is. You're a good man and you can't save her. You don't need to die with her. Stay here.
I pushed a boy out a tower window, crippled him for life. For Cersei, I strangled my cousin with my own hands.
That was
just to get back to Cersei.
That was a rough scene.
She's hateful. And so am I.
But that was also before he met her, all of that. Bran had so much to do with Jaime changing. He won't allow himself to accept that he can be good. That's maybe the last person that deserves any of this bullshit, is Missandei.
I know you don't care about your people. You're not a monster.
I feel like we've seen this conversation happen already. Just jump. It might end up like Bran, but that might be survivable. The first like 50 minutes of this episode were a little rough. Varys and Tyrion, they talked about, those are my favorite scenes in this whole episode, where every time Varys, I think they had conversations in two separate places, one in the ship and another back at Dragonstone, and both those conversations were my favorite scenes in this show, in this episode, because they were talking about and like everything they were saying made perfect sense, and it was consistent with their characters, etc. Like with some of the inconsistencies, I do love, and part of why I love the Varys and Tyrion conversations, because I feel like Varys is like the last consistent character. I think Jon's also like extremely consistent as a character goes, but there's just so many problems around the Jon dynamic that include like a Sansa. Varys is so consistent, and I have so much appreciation for that. Them killing the dragon got me. That was very shocking when Euron came with the troops. Although if she's like in the logical part of me is like, if she's in the air flying around, how does she not see? Like it's like getting into a car accident. You're just like on cruise control looking straight, and like something happens unexpected and you don't. She's like texting on her dragon or something. Like she didn't see the 50 ships that Euron had. Right, he didn't shoot from that far away. And then they missed the second. It's just like, I don't know. I'm excited about Arya and the Hound being back together. I love that combo, and it makes me highly anticipate what I've been talking about, I feel like, for a long time now, which is this Hound and the Mountain showdown. That's got to happen at some point, right? Between that and I feel like they're almost lining it up for Arya to be the one that kills Cersei. She said, I got some unfinished business. Cersei's the one that's on her list. That's where she was going to go do anyways before she found out Jon was still alive and in Winterfell. But like, I feel like Arya killing Cersei would be... She already got the Night King, so to also get Cersei, it feels like too obvious, too much. It feels like that might go down another way. Jon's still on his way here. I don't know what's about to happen next because we're still waiting for Jon to show up with the army that he has. And then obviously we're going to have some sort of Jon Daenerys interaction. I don't know what Varys has planned but clearly he's going to turn his back on Daenerys. But again, that's so. It's just Varys has always been the person that does what he has to do, for what he thinks is the betterment of people, and even if that is double crossing something, he's just always been that person. So it makes sense to me, Varys. And even Tyrion siding with Dany like that makes sense to me. It's nice to see Tyrion's character make some sense, because he sees her, he's believed in her, and he knows Jon doesn't want the throne. And I mean, wedding them is a logical thing. Daenerys' conversation that they were having in the bedroom when I thought they were going to be talking about the fact that they're related and is that okay, but it seemed to be that they were talking, and clearly they're both fine with that. It was more about the balance of power and all that, because he's like, you're my queen, I don't want that, I don't even want it. What she said made perfect sense, I thought. For him, should he have just kept it to himself, I think is a good question. I think there's a world where he definitely could have kept it to himself. I don't think he had to tell Sansa and Arya. I mean, that's like, they're his family, yeah, but that secret is more for him, not for them, and it would have been best. What Daenerys said made so much sense, and it's been backed up in what we saw and what Varys is saying. And it's Jon doing what he... It's another case of Jon doing what he... It's like the classic case of Jon Snow doing what he thinks is right. I know it's not his name anymore, but that's who he is in my heart and soul. Doing what he thinks is right at all costs, even if it cost him the love of his life, even if it cost this newfound love of his life, Daenerys, even if it cost him, like, everything hitting the fucking fan and shit just flying out, just a complete hysteria, which is what it's going to cause for that secret to get bled out, because he clearly can't see that you cannot trust Sansa right now with some information like that. She's gonna go. She took 5 seconds to go start spreading it to whoever she could. It took Tyrion to get her a little upset just to go tell him, and then he told Varys, and it's over now. So, and then for her to walk away after she found out Daenerys got one of her dragons killed, like, oh, guess I won't get to see Cersei die. It's just so oh man, it was so frustrating. Yeah, rough, but there was stuff I liked, and I thought the Missandei thing was intense. Even though Tyrion trying to talk sense into, I talked about that enough during the scene. I just don't get that, trying to talk sense into Cersei. I don't know what else they could have done though. Like, that was almost like last ditch effort. Like, there's nothing else we can do. She's already got her up here. She's going to do it no matter what. Maybe you could have had a better plan to try and just attack everyone up there as opposed to wait and let Cersei kill Missandei. I don't know. The dragon scene was crazy, killing the dragon. And yeah, 2 episodes left.
There's something you need to know.
Oh, shit.
Someone has betrayed me.
She already knows.
But it doesn't matter now.
Doesn't matter now.
She trusts no one.
I hope I deserve this. Truly, I do. I hope I'm wrong.
Breaker of chains and mother of dragons.
Whoa, the way that it came out of the dark.
What did I say would happen if you told your sister?
I don't want it, and that's what I told him.
She betrayed your trust. I don't have love here. I only have fear.
I love you.
Is that all I am to you? Your queen. Let it be fear.
If the city surrenders, they will ring the bells and raise the gates. Please, if you hear them ringing the bells, call off the attack.
Are you still you? You're still you.
Wait for me outside the city.
You're still in there,
You'll know when
Daenerys.
it's time.
Cersei once called me the stupidest Lannister.
She's going to die. Unless you can convince her to change her course of action.
Difficult to do from here.
God damn it, Tyrion.
I haven't been able to convince Cersei of anything.
Thank you.
If it weren't for you,
But the answer is that...
I never would have survived my childhood. You were the only one who didn't treat me like a monster.
I mean, that's really beautiful. I just wish it didn't follow such a stupid plan. Here comes the dragon. From straight up. Try shooting it from up there. Here we go. And it begins. Goodbye. Goodbye. He survived. Oh, shit.
The Golden Company. Our men will fight harder than sellswords ever could.
Some kind of
Defend their
optimism.
queen to the last man.
Blind optimism. I don't even know what read to take out from Emilia Clarke's face here. Is it like it's emotion from being so close to Cersei and wanting to just go and attack her and get her revenge? She's made her choice.
Get back! Get back! Stay!
They surrendered! I mean, you gotta live here too.
Kingslayer! We need to get the Queen out of King's Landing.
Another king for you.
Oh, they're both about to run into both the people they want to fight.
I will get her. One of the Dothraki. You think you wanted revenge a long time?
He's been waiting since birth.
All my life. It's all I care
Or
about.
since he was a kid.
And look at me. Look at me! You come with me. You die here.
Sandor. Thank you.
Your Grace.
I'll take them out. No problem.
Hello, big brother.
Let's do this. I feel like they might end up killing each other. I can't really picture one of them living after this.
Sir Gregor, I command you.
Obey your queen, Sir Gregor.
Oh! Oh, shit!
Yeah. That's you.
He's like, I know you slept with Euron, but I take you back. No problem. It's always been them. I mean, you think about the very beginning of this show. It's literally episode 1 and the way that ends. Like, it's always been the two of them. Might be the most hard to watch episode, just from what's happening. They gave me what I've been waiting for as far as this battle goes. I wanted like a full-on, epic, just fight to the death, brutal. What in the... Stab his face! Stab his literal face! Oh, that's what he did to Oberyn. No. Did that do it? If he takes that out and they both die. Yeah. She just won't stop. It's literally over. Get away from that. Wow, look at her face.
I want our baby to live. Don't let me die, Jake. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. I don't want to die.
Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters.
I'm really speechless over what happened in this episode. Obviously, it's an extreme to go burning down an entire city, but it's not the most surprising thing. Like, I feel like there is some sense to the fact that it happened. She's really riding the emotion, and it's not even, she's not only is she riding the emotion of what Cersei did to Missandei, she's also riding the emotion of feeling like Jon betrayed her, feeling like that he doesn't love her, kind of that, you know, they kissed and then she said fear it is, and I feel like that was representing now she'll have to deal with you know, all these people that love him more than her. You know what all this action feels like? It feels like she got so upset and she's battling all that going on, and she had Varys betray her, and she's you know, doing all these things that even this whole plan to take down all these people isn't who she is. That it feels like she made an extremely emotional decision. I mean, her face said nothing but, I'm about to make a very emotional decision. Just saying, you know what, I'm just going to take my anger out and fuck over everyone, and I'm so angry, and I'm just going to tear this whole place down because she killed Missandei, and you factor in everything else she's upset about too with Jon, and already like probably upset too, because there's a relatability factor to being really upset by feeling like you've already been making choices that are out of your own character, and you just fall down a deeper and darker hole. And that's what I feel like has happened with Daenerys here. She's just like fully fallen down that dark hole, because that's not who she is, even though she's gone and made this terrible choice, and there's no arguing against that. The bells rang. She agreed that she wouldn't. No, she just full on went for it. I you know, Jaime and Cersei die, and it's almost like poetic the way they die. It almost feels like the only way that the two of them could have died was together, and Jaime being a strength for her, as she was pleading that she didn't want to die, but it was inevitable. I got what I wanted with the Mountain and the Hound. I knew, and I pretty much, like, I felt like there was no way for that to happen aside from the both of them dying. But it was really sad to see the Hound die there. And I'm glad that he had his moment there with Arya and saved her, because he said it, like, you go here, this place is coming down. You know, you go this way, you're going to die, don't do it. And he saved her life, even though she almost died several times. This was a lot. It's too soon, you know? Like, this is such a heavy episode. Watching these women and children being just nothing, you know, there's so much shitty stuff that's happened in the show. It's going to be hard to top what's happened in this episode, just as far as hard to watch type of stuff. This is where they died, right? It caved in on them. Confirmed that Cersei's dead and didn't escape. the 3 Lannisters, man. That's quite a shot right there with just the 3 of them. What is there to even talk about? The dragon shot was really cool with her wings. She's like an evil villain.
You freed your brother. You committed treason.
And you slaughtered a city.
I feel like he can only expect to die here. He made his choice. That's the do something about this look. He can't do it now though. He'd have to go home, round up troops. We have another battle all over again, but no. We have a 6-episode season. That could have been the next 4 episodes.
You'll always be a threat to her.
She's right.
I know a killer when I see one.
I mean, you can't deny that at this point. I don't think she would like to hear about this meeting.
Our queen doesn't keep prisoners for long. It was vanity to think I could guide her. Our queen's nature is fire and blood.
You think our house words are stamped on our bodies when we're born, and that's who we are? Then I'd be fire and blood too.
That guards the realms of men. You've always tried to do the right thing, no matter the cost. You've tried to protect people. Who is the greatest threat to the people now? Why do you think Sansa told me the truth about you? Because she doesn't want Dany to be queen.
She doesn't get to choose.
No. But you do. You have to choose now.
Is the room soundproof? Because are these guards going to be like, hey, you should know about this conversation they were in there just yelling back and forth about? Could throw that romance I was hoping for way out the window. He can't just kill her. How is this conversation going to go? Emilia Clarke is so great at playing exactly on the nose what she's supposed to be feeling. Isn't this what it looked like when she was in that one place with the dude who was like turning into a bunch of himself, the version of himself when her dragons were captured? All she's ever wanted. I mean, that's what I'm reading off of her face now. Like I said, she's so good at displaying what she's supposed to be feeling.
When I was a girl, my brother told me it was made with 1,000 swords from Aegon's fallen enemies. So many fallen enemies, you could only see the soles of Aegon's feet.
I saw them executing Lannister prisoners in the street.
It was necessary.
Necessary? Have you been down there? Have you seen children, little children burned?
Did she expect him to just be cool? Like, yeah, we did it.
You can forgive all of them. Make them see they made a mistake. Make them understand.
Didn't she already kill everybody? Who's left?
Good world. Because I know what is good. And so do you.
I don't.
You do.
Is he gonna kill her? Because I don't know what just happened. Am I... He actually fucking killed her. There is no Iron Throne now. Wow. Okay, Arya, Sansa, Bran, Brienne. Literally everyone. Even the Dorne dude.
Where's Jon?
Yeah.
He is our prisoner.
So is Lord Tyrion. They were both to be brought to this gathering.
We will decide what we do with our prisoners. Jon Snow cannot go free.
It's not for you to decide.
You are not here to speak!
You're the most powerful people in Westeros. Choose one.
Make your choice then.
Is it like the NBA draft? Are they going to create democracy?
The decision about what's best for everyone should be left to...
Everyone.
Oh, everyone.
Maybe we should give the dogs a vote as well.
Stories. There's nothing in the world more powerful than a good story. And who has a better story than Bran the Broken?
Why would Bran be the king?
Bran has no interest in ruling, and he can't father children.
Good. Sons of kings can be cruel and stupid, as you well know. No, you don't want it. I know. You don't care about power.
Why do you think I came all this way?
All hail Bran the Broken, Lord of the Six Kingdoms, Protector of the Realm.
It's funny Tyrion doing all this in cuffs.
All hail Bran the Broken!
This is pretty bad.
Lord Tyrion, you will be my hand.
No, Your Grace, I don't want it.
I choose you.
You cannot.
Yes, I can.
You just let him speak this whole time.
This man is a criminal.
You let him decide who the king was.
He's made many terrible mistakes. He's going to spend the rest of his life fixing them.
It's like a we don't know what else to do solution to everything. All of it. Bran is king, sending Jon to the Night's Watch. I feel like I'm a pop the balloon right now. Like all the air's taking out of me. This is just really fumbled.
You can come see me, you know, at Castle Black.
I can't. What's west of Westeros?
I don't know.
No one knows.
She's just gonna go be a traveler.
It's where all the maps stop.
Man, these moments should be hitting so hard, but like, they just completely sucked you out of it with everything. He did pledge himself to the forces of men, north to join the Winterfell. She's just adding all his accomplishments. Took my virginity. I'd be sick if she wrote that. Yeah. That's a nice touch for Jaime.
Master of Coin. Would you say the Crown's debt to you has been paid?
In full, my Lord Hand.
I'm picturing so many fans watching this as it's happening.
Indeed we can.
I get what they're doing, but
Master of Coin is willing to...
they're just adding insult to injury, closing it out this way.
Is less than enthusiastic about
They're trying to make us laugh at the end here. And I get it, you're trying to show like, up things as usual. Everyone grabbed their different weapons. Those were cool shots. Everyone's looking at Jon there. I'm sure he's some sort of folk legend to everyone there. I mean, this kind of is where he was most at home. There's no more wildlings, no White Walk. Well, there wasn't White Walkers before. But Jon united everyone, so you don't really have the threats you had before. They're just gonna find them a home. Jon is leading people to safety and goodness. I took a little break after the end. Usually I just get right into immediately with what my thoughts are. And what would have happened is I would have gotten caught up in the fact that I just watched these last 3 episodes, which were really the deflated balloon, just cherry on top. Did a lot of damage to my overall feelings, or my immediate feelings, I should say, of how I view the show. And I don't want that to be my overall feelings, is what I'm getting at, because it's not. I spent so much time with this show, and 95% of that time is incredible. Like, some of the greatest moments I've ever felt watching a TV show, and some of the strongest connection I've ever felt to characters on a TV show, which is a big deal. I just can't dismiss that much of a show being tremendous in my opinion. And you know, I heard a lot of what I heard was that it was after like season 5, and yeah, there was like certainly there was stuff. There was a lot of convenient stuff that was happening. There was a lot of like, you know, illogical potentially stuff, which I feel like also ties in with convenient. But I really love, like, not even just liked, I loved season 6. I loved season 7. With like issues here and there, sure, but not enough for like to overall really enhance my, like, sway my feeling for the show out of like being just in love with all of everything happening, and just the overall show. But yeah, this entire season was an issue. It wasn't even just the last 3 episodes. It was like slowly deflating a balloon, starting in the beginning. For sure, I certainly like enjoyed a lot of different parts of those first 3 episodes. Not much of any of the last 3 episodes. It just, I feel I just watched the like I literally maybe like 4 hours ago just watched the last 3 episodes. I've already put so much of it out of my head. Honestly, like, I've disassociated myself with so much of what happened. I think a lot of that is because I just want to lean into the good stuff, the good times, right? That's what we want to remember with the things we love. And I know there's like the whole, they ran out of source material after, was it after season 6, 5 or 6? They ran out of source material, right? I hate that as an excuse. Not that like fans are making an excuse, but like if any writer is gonna make that as an excuse, that's pretty sorry. You know, that's pretty unforgivable. Just you have something that's so precious in your hands, and even though a lot of it is source material, I feel like you owe the actors and you owe the fans coming up with something. Go find the best writers available that you can find. If your writers aren't capable, whoever like was ultimately in charge of overviewing everything, scrap whatever the fuck they were writing and go find better writers at that point. I mean, you owe it to the people watching the show and the actors. That's just my opinion. I'm spoiled by like some of my favorite shows that have absolutely crushed the ending and realized that it's a really hard thing to do, because not every show has done it. But I mean, this show has so many moments that are up there with any show I've ever watched, and to just have it crumble like that is unfortunate. And I just think a real disservice to a lot of people in particular. Like, I don't blame any actor on the show, obviously. It's such a disservice to them as well to put so much hard work into the show. The actors in the show are so good. It was all certainly rushed, and this should have certainly been like a 10-episode season. Last season should have certainly been a 10-episode season. There's no way we should have had episode 3 and the epic battle of that, which probably should have, you know, been an arc that had its own like 4 episodes, and then we led into like the last 5 or 6 being what this was. It's just insane, the way all this got crammed in. Even though like there was a couple longer episodes, but they're like 20 extra minutes. It's still not enough. All right, guys, I'm gonna remove. This is what's gonna happen. I know this is what's gonna happen. An example I want to bring up, because it's an example for me, is Dexter. Dexter butchered its ending, kind of twice. Like they butchered the original ending. The irony is, I didn't hate the original ending as much as a lot of other fans did. Again, I'm just like generally overall, like, once I love characters and stuff, I can forgive some things, like much like I did in Game of Thrones in the last couple seasons. And they like did a remake, and in my opinion, they super butchered that ending. But like, when I think, now that enough time has passed, I spent so much time with Dexter. It's a lot like Game of Thrones. It's a lot of seasons. I don't remember. It's like 8, 9 seasons or something. And despite the butchered ending, and it's not even like just the last episode, it's a lot like Game of Thrones, where it's like a buildup of like deflation, where a few things are happening where it's just like, what the fuck. When I think of Dexter, I spent so much time with that show where it was positive feelings. I only think of that show with love. I don't think about the ending, honestly. I think about the character itself. I think about the characters and how much I connected and have like love and a place in my heart for all those characters, and particularly like the main character Dexter. Like, I just don't associate myself too much with the ending, and I feel like with some time, that's exactly what's going to happen with this show. It's going to be the same thing. And this is a better show than Dexter, and I love Dexter, but this is a better show. This show has kids, like overall, like it just episode after episode, it's just higher quality. Like every episode just feels like an event, and not for the sake of like shock value. I've talked about this. Like the show is just so good with the character building. So, you know, I just know that over time I'm only gonna look at the show with fondness and love, and like these are characters that live here in my heart forever and ever. So that's my biggest takeaway from everything. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for taking this ride with me. This was like seriously like such a blast. The time of my life, being able to share and spill my emotions for what was just such a tremendous show. So thank you. And Jon Snow is the love of my life forever and ever. Nothing's gonna change that.